Hello! Hi, and welcome back to Arcadia Fallen. How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. Well. That is a very deep subject, and that is a very dumb joke. The last time we were together, we finished up chapter 1. It seems that we have assembled our crew of merrymakers, and we are now not only on a mission to just seal up a bunch of demons and take care of that demon leak that we got, but we've now got to steal back a very important magical artifact that will be instrumental in helping us do that with the addition of our newest party member. So, with all that, it's time we go ahead and jump right into the dreamscape. Oh, it looks like I got another word. I am adventurous, I am tenacious, I am accepting, and I got confidence. All right. You dreamed that night. A dream of a sparrow and a raven sitting side by side, an owl dead beneath their branch. Oh, man. The woods are dark, the trees eerier still, and from their depths steps a man wearing a deer skull as a mask. This is only the beginning. Well, that is a very short but weird dream. That's some interesting imagery, to be sure. There's definitely a lot of bird symbolism happening. We've got, you know, the sparrow in the bird that we killed, or Victoria killed that bird. I may have stood idly by and let her do it. The bird didn't seem to be dead in the dream though, so I guess that's not reflective of anything. Maybe, I don't know. There's probably going to be repercussions for that later. You awake with a start, breathing heavily as the mists of the nightmare fade from your vision. Mime is still fast asleep, or is she? Do spirits even sleep? You're not sure, but she doesn't stir even as you rise from your bed, the covers feeling damp and suffocating. You step outside your room to breathe. Your little quest comes to a halt, however, when you spot another resident awake at this late hour. Hey, how you doing? I was kind of hoping it would be Anna. I was kind of hoping it would be Anne, not gonna lie. Victoria slips out the front door of the shop, and you stand up for a moment, weighing your options before you decide to follow. Staying as quiet as possible, you follow Victoria out into the alleyway behind the shop. Ooh, does she wanna hang out in the trash can too? We're gonna find out that her horrible secret is that she also needs some thinky time in the trash can for this to all work out.
Victoria.
Whoa, okay.
I am ready to hear your report.
Wait, is she here, or is this just, you know, vision phone again? Okay, we're in vision phone. I think I would have gone with maybe a little headshot that would have reflected that, but it's just one line, whatever. You listen in as Victoria relays the day's activities to her commander.
This is where we stand. I believe our next course of action should be to file for a warrant of the Goldner estate, to retrieve the sword and...
That would hardly be a swift solution, would it, Victoria?
It wouldn't even be very adventurous either, would it,
file such a
Victoria?
request and get it approved might take weeks. And let's not forget, we'd need to disclose the reason why this magical artifact would have been entrusted to you, instead of simply being destroyed.
But the protocol...
Sometimes we find ourselves in situations where alternative measures must be taken.
Oh, we're gonna bend the rules a little bit?
If what this outlander says is true, and the situation can be resolved by completing this ritual, then that is now your highest priority.
Okay. And she put her whole chest into that highest priority, so...
With all due respect, Commander, this magic, we know nothing about it. It's as chaotic as it comes. If the Paragon knew about this...
I have already informed him of the situation, and he agrees with my assessment.
Okay.
What?
The Paragon agrees. The sacrifice is worth it to keep the peace. Things are not as stable in the capital as they appear to be. An incident like this could cause a lot of unnecessary stress.
So we're gonna do everything we can to keep this as quiet as possible.
I won't get into political details. Just know that this is by far the better option.
And it's the one that will make the visual novel more long and interesting, probably.
Politics.
Victoria does not like politics in her video games.
Do you understand your orders?
I do.
Very well. I will be awaiting your report of a successful mission then.
The image disappears and you can no longer see Victoria's expression in the dark. I think we go in. We're going in. I'm gonna find out what's going on. You step out of your hiding spot and approach Victoria, who lets out a sigh. And just how long have you been standing there? Well, long enough to notice your boss is an ass! Well, long enough to learn that your boss isn't gonna win any humanitarian awards. Don't pretend to know the situation. Alethea has her reasons. Victoria lets out a heavy sigh. It seems there's no other way than to go through with this break-in. Damn it! This is not how I wanted this to go. Don't feel bad. Goldner's an ass. You get to use ass in a choice twice in a row. We are on an ass chain. If it's any consolation, you shouldn't feel bad for Goldner. He's a grade A asshole. He had it coming. I won't disagree, but this is not how things should work.
I do not want to be the judge of who or what deserves punishment.
I don't know. I think you really wanted to kill that bird back in the forest. I'm just saying, you seemed pretty just gung-ho on punishing that bird for something it probably didn't do.
People's opinions are flawed. I am flawed. The system ensures that I don't make a mistake.
Your choices will impact Victoria's path going forward. The system is made by people too.
About that.
Well, the system isn't perfect either. If we all agreed that murder was okay, then that would be a law, but it wouldn't be right. I think being able to assess your own morals and stand up to the people in power when you think they are wrong is a true form of courage. Victoria is silent for the longest time, mulling over your words.
No.
I don't agree with you. How can a society work without any rules? Why should my morals be more valid than someone else's? Victoria sighs. Why are we even discussing this? No matter. Go back to bed. I have work to do. I can still romance? Will you be okay? Where are you going? I'll stay. What are the romance options? Don't care. How can I sleep? Do you need help? Let's just try it. How could I possibly sleep knowing you're out here all by your lonesome when I could instead be at your side? Victoria cracks her knuckles. You're about to receive a knuckle sandwich.
I am not getting paid enough for this.
That's a real good reading. If you're having trouble sleeping, I'm sure we can find a solution for that. Oh, well, a little more forward than I had anticipated, and I got to admit, I've got my eyes on Anne here, but I mean, I am polyamorous, so we can work with this. Right, I'll go to bed. Clever choice. Victoria disappears down the street, and you return to your room with a sigh, and alone, without a girl. As you get up to face the new day, the sound of the valley waking up is strikingly normal. But things are not what they used to be. Your mind no longer lingers on mundane issues like your upcoming graduation or the flower festival. Instead, it dances around these strange new companions you've gathered and the quest ahead of all of you. Mime, too, seems to be in more of a serious mood. She is sitting by a broken window, staring out at the street. with a faraway look in her eyes. Penny, for your thoughts?
Hi.
Good morning, Mom. What's gotten you so wrapped up in thought this early?
Hi.
Good morning. Nothing that interesting, really.
About that.
This really went and took a turn on us, didn't it? An ancient spirit prison, huh? This is all so much bigger than I had thought. I think because you turned out okay, it didn't really occur to me just how many people would get hurt by this. How many are going to end up like that kid, Kim, losing someone they care about to madness?
I wonder.
You tackled the incident with Ronan yesterday so confidently. You didn't seem to doubt even for a second that we would be able to handle the situation. Meanwhile, all I could think about was how I could get away. We can do this.
This is it.
We can beat this. We have an awesome team behind us, and I have you. I'm sure we'll end up victorious.
Are you sure?
I hope you're right. Really do. Anyway, that's not really important right now. We should meet up with the others. It doesn't take long before your group of companions have gathered at the small shop, some more awake than others. Victoria is sitting in the corner, sipping on a coffee, looking a bit haggard, like she didn't sleep at all. Yeah, I'm gonna guess she was out and about in town all night, kind of like trawling around, maybe scouting the area for alternate paths to sneak into where we need to go or something. Maybe she found some night owls that probably deserved killing.
Are you okay, Victoria? You look a bit...
I look a bit what? Like I murdered anything? No, I resent that.
What our dear spirit friend is trying to say is, you look like you have been coughed up by a cat.
It's a very... You look like barf. Victoria's eye twitches.
I'm fine.
You look and sound it, Noelle.
I was up all of last night investigating this Goldner's mansion.
Right, I figured.
I'm afraid Anne's guess was correct. The place is heavily guarded, and I sensed magic somewhere inside as well.
Traps? Or something else?
I'm gonna say something else.
That man is quite a hypocrite, isn't he? Hating magic, but then turning around and using it to protect himself.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you know the type. It's even more on display these days now more than ever. Hypocrisy and all for me and none for you is, that's just the order of the day.
I agree. However, that doesn't make the situation any less difficult.
What about you, our tall friend? Anything useful to add about how you escaped that place?
That could be helpful.
As an agent of my people, you can imagine that I'm not entirely without skill myself. Going back in, however, if it wasn't due to the gravity of our situation, I would never consider it.
That bad, huh?
It's a great risk, but we have no choice. We need that artifact now. Failure is not an option, which means I'm going to need your assistance. All of you.
I mean, I don't think we all have a choice here. Like, if any of us say no, you can literally just say, all right, everybody's arrested.
Wait, what?
I need your help.
But her asking for help is absolutely just kind of like, oh, this is a moment. You're growing. There's a moment of stunned silence as the words sink in.
I've got to admit, I did not expect that. Did the knight herself really just ask for our help?
Does this mean you actually think of us as a team? Oh, this is so exciting.
Ooh, do we get a cool insignia? Do we get our cool emblem? Do we get to name ourselves? Ooh.
Don't get ahead of yourself. I still think the lot of you are dangerous individuals who must be watched. However...
You love us. Come on, give me a joke. All right, but you need us.
Are we finally starting to grow?
Oh, are we finally starting to grow on you?
Don't be ridiculous.
Oh, it's true. You love us.
We need a way in. We need to deal with any guards and traps we encounter. And we need to locate the artifact.
I'm sure someone working for Goldner would know where he'd store an artifact like that. I've seen his guards hang around the tavern at night. A bit of friendly eavesdropping might be enlightening.
All right.
As for any magical items we might come across, I'm sure our resident Tinker Mage will be quite capable of handling that.
Wait, what?
No, you're on board. You're in the team.
You wanted to know more about this Outlander artifact as well, did you not?
Well, yes, but...
If that's settled, perhaps we can use alchemy to get inside. It worked quite well down in the tunnels, and Elizabeth might have some ideas if we go ask her.
Oh, Elizabeth's gonna love this.
That's actually not a bad plan.
Really? That's great. Ooh, this is so exciting. It's starting to sound like we're going on some grand adventure together.
All right, now she's in. All right, I told you, Mime, this is gonna be awesome. All right, that's 2 on Team Adventure. Let's go.
Do we need a team name?
All right, let's
Legendary
go.
Heroes always have a team name.
She's on board, man.
Something cool like the Valiant Victors, or maybe the Demon Detectives.
Death Bagels. That's wow. You know what? Demon Detective sounds cool. We're gonna go with the stupidest thing we can, and I want it to stick.
I think Demon Detectives sounds great.
We're in. All right, Double D's, let's go. Oh no, I have doomed us. We are now Team Double D. We are Double D's. We are Double D's, each and every one.
Thank you. I quite like that one myself as well.
Oh, you did real good, Mime. You couldn't have done better. Big thumbs up from me if I had thumbs.
No.
No!
Certainly.
No, you don't get the veto of this. You don't get the veto of this. There's a lot more positive energy here. Come on, Double D. We need all the Double D's that we can get.
I'm not sure I'm following this weird topsider tradition.
Trust me, you get a couple Double D's, you're gonna totally understand this tradition.
If we're a team, can I then veto this?
No, not you two, wife. No, why must we be at odds over the simplest and coolest things?
You guys are no fun.
Yeah, I gotta admit, Mime is right here.
But tell me, Anne, what was life like at the Academy?
Why do you ask? I thought you were confident the Academy was a horrible mage prison.
Yes. But that doesn't mean I know how you felt growing up there. I thought your perspective would be valuable to consider.
That's rather pragmatic of you. Very well, I'll bite. The Academy is a wonderful place. A safe haven for mages to study and research without fear of the ignorant masses who wish us harm. Everything's in perfect balance, just like Izith intended. Does that answer your question?
It certainly confirms that they brainwashed the lot of you.
Yeah, that felt very,
That's it.
She's
I'm
done.
talking to you.
That felt very, it felt very like an ad pitch. What do we got here? All right, you're here. Okay, so everybody's probably, oh, we can't go hang out in the trash can anymore. But everybody's hanging out places, so we can go talk to them. So let's go. Hey, Elizabeth, anything else going on?
So that's how it is.
I hear you and the others are heading out to do something illegal. I mean, robbing Goldner that's hardly a crime.
About that.
It's not like robbing Goldner would really count as a crime. I'm not disagreeing, but you can't fault your old mentor for being a bit worried about this. I suppose if I'm to worry, then I might as well help and put my mind at ease. I have something you might find useful. This is a highly secret recipe of mine. We don't sell it in this shop. A potion of invisibility. I was wondering if the old brain could remember this, but I managed to note it all down. The potion allows the one consuming it to pass by unnoticed for about an hour. Goldner's goons won't notice a thing. Okay. Oh, this'll work perfectly.
That's great.
There's absolutely no way this can go wrong. That's perfect. This is just what we need. How do we make it? Well, there is a catch, just like with everything else. This potion demands ingredients we do not currently have in stock. Quinn might be able to supply us with some, but we might have to get a bit creative in how we obtain the rest. I have the list of ingredients here, so take it to Quinn. They might have ideas about where to find the rest as well. When you've collected it all and you're ready to go, come see me. The potion must be consumed soon after it is made, so you should have made all of your other preparations before that. All right, so that's the whole thing this chapter, right? We're going to spend the chapter getting the ingredients for the invisibility potion, and that's going to be our point of no return, like when we came home to end the first chapter. Of course, I'll still be here to assist you should you wish to do some regular alchemy training. I'm sure Quinn is stocked up on new ingredients by now, so we should be able to look into making even more new recipes. Well, we'll have to go talk to her.
Actually,
Do I have any other
I
questions?
see.
Oh. Why have you never taught me about this?
I wonder.
If you knew about this recipe, then why have you never taught me? Well, the potion is not exactly part of the standard alchemist's portfolio. My intention and ambition were always to educate you so that you would never have to use anything like this, but things have changed, which is why I now share this with you. Any other neat potions I should know about? Hey, you... Elizabeth, we need to have a talk. Did you know I can literally make a death potion out of like a couple of sprigs of lavender? And you're being really precious about an invisibility potion? Did you know that? Did you know that that's a thing that I can just do? I could play with my locket right now and make a big old death potion that will literally kill someone dead. And you're... Oh boy. Any other neat potions I should know about? Are there any other neat potions I should know about? Like a go-away demon spray or fix broken magic seal glue? Trust me, if I had solutions for those, then you would be the first one to know. How did you discover this potion?
Tell me about.
How did you come across this potion? This can't be something that's found in any old recipe book. But the death potion can be! I made that shit by accident! But this invisibility potion is just real precious. That's a simple enough question to answer, as I was the one who made the recipe. Why would you want to take this? So what kind of mischief prompted you to make a potion like this? Oh no, I'm not falling for that. You do not need more inspiration to spur you on, so these secrets stay safe with me. Ah! Yeah, somebody was getting up to something naughty. As for how it was made, alchemy, at least the kind practiced in the Empire, is not as ancient as you might think. I must have been around your age when I first heard when whispers of spirit alchemy began circulating. There was a great deal of experimenting done in those early years, and I've always been a curious soul, so I made quite a few discoveries of my own. Nowadays, though, such experimental brews are not considered proper magic anymore, and therefore they must remain secret. That's all for now. So I don't think I need to practice alchemy because we don't have any, because I think Quinn has to give us, yeah, we've just still got these boys. All right, well, I'll just be on my way, and I'll go ahead and drop a savey save. And that's all for now, ma'am.
Good luck.
All right. Oh, You leave the shop and find Kim waiting for you outside, the small kid wringing his hands nervously. I'm gonna eat you.
Hi.
Oh, you ain't afraid of me eating you anymore.
Did you find anything?
Sorry, I was just wondering how it went last night. Did you find out anything about my brother? Well,
You see.
we found him, yes, but we couldn't really do much. Sorry. No, don't apologize. It's not your fault that this happened. I just hope that, well, as long as he's still out there, there's still hope, right? Kim leaves and the door to the shop opens, Mime poking her head out.
Oh.
Poor kid. I wonder if there's some way we can separate his brother from the demon that possessed him. I mean, if we can do that with him, then it might help. Then it might also help us two get separated.
We have to help.
We're gonna keep looking. Somehow we'll get Kim's brother back for
And that's
sure.
a promise.
That's the spirit. Let's do our best. All right.
So, you really are a hunter, huh?
Former hunter. But yes.
Why'd you
about
quit?
What was it like? Did you save a lot of people? What is the biggest demon you've ever fought?
You are oddly excited.
Who wouldn't
about
be?
this.
Why wouldn't I be? Hunters are the keepers of balance in this world. The sword that shields us from untamed magic and demons.
You shouldn't put such faith in fairy tales, Anne.
Hey, wait!
Methinks she has seen too much. All right, now we need to speak to Kaiden. You can't find Kaiden anywhere in the shop. Instead, you run into Elizabeth near the storage room, looking troubled. Okay. Hi, Elizabeth. It's me again. Yeah, I'm back. Do you have a moment? I just forced our newest guest back to bed so he could rest properly. He was exhausted, even if he hit it well. It's clear his stay at Goldner's was far from pleasant, and his run-in with Ronan wasn't much better. I have the recipe ready for a potion that might help him recover faster. Can you be a dear and make it for me and give it to him? Well, sure. The taste will scare him off. Is that the one that tastes like kissing a goat? Why do I know what kissing a goat tastes like? Oh boy, it is a backwoods. It does seem like a bit of a backwoods village, I guess. You sure that'll help the situation and not just make him run away? It's not that bad. Mostly, just make the potion and give it to him. I'm sure you both have more important things to be worried about than a bit of a sour aftertaste, if you say so. All right. So it's probably, yeah, we made a healing potion already. So we do like... Okay, because we got that. All right. And then... these... And then... Healing potion. All right. Boom.
I'm proud of you, dear.
Okay. Here we go. I'm proud of me too, though. You make a potion for Kaiden. You enter the storage room that has been hastily rearranged into an extra guest room. You know, I do like that presentation-wise, like the sprites, the character sprites always have like effects on them. I wonder if they like drew new sprites for those, or if they're just using a shader to color the sprites. Because I know that this is a Unity game, so I figure either is probably... I figure it would probably be easier just to make sprites, but I don't know. It's probably... Nobody cares about this. There are no windows and no walls. There are no windows, and the walls are lined with shelves. It's easy to make out the glowing lines of Kaiden's arm in the dark. The cot he's sleeping in is a far cry from a proper bed, but by the look of how he's snoring away quietly, it's miles better than whatever conditions Goldner has been keeping him in. Hey.
Hi.
Hey, Kaiden, you awake? You call out gently, and bright as your eyes shoot open. Oh, no. The Outlander sits up quickly and groans. If what Elizabeth told you is true, he's probably feeling like a bag of rocks right now. Sorry. I'm that frightening? Wow. I know it's early, but I didn't expect that kind of reaction. Do I really look that bad?
Well...
What? No, that's not... Sorry, you surprised me, that's all. I see. Thank you. Sorry, I'm just still not used to you people being so... dark. Huh? Can't all be glowworms. Sadly, we can't all be as radiant as you. That was a joke, yes. This is tricky. How do you properly communicate like this? Usually with more light. We suck at it too, don't worry. Honestly, human communication is confusing to me most of the time as well. Don't feel bad.
Thank you.
Thank you. That is comforting. Kind of. So, how you feeling?
So...
You look a bit rough. I will be fine. You don't have to worry. I refuse to slow down our mission. Oh.
About
You
that.
gotta slow down a bit there. You'll make the rest of us look lazy.
What?
What? I suppose I should lay off the jokes until you're recovered. Yeah, I don't think this guy does not vibe with my sense of humor. So hey, tell me about them markings.
Tell me about...
So I've never met an Outlander before. Those markings of yours, just what are they? The markings are veins of magic that run through my body. My people are all born with them. They are as natural to me as your face is to you. Magic?
Really?
Wait, they're magic? Does that mean you're a mage?
Well...
I've never studied the art of magic, but all Outlanders are capable of using it to some extent. Like the ritual, well, no reason to dwell on that. Communication?
What do you mean?
You mentioned that I was difficult to understand because I don't have markings. How does that work exactly? Do you talk with your markings?
How does this...
That's a bit difficult to explain. The magic in our skin reacts to bursts of emotion. Some might be able to stifle the reaction, but to most, it's an automatic response beyond our control. These visible cues, therefore, give a clear indication of the Outlander's state of mind. We use them to read each other, especially in the dark, where body language is, well, not available. Okay. Hey, I got you this cool potion.
So...
I brought you a potion to help you recover faster. You hand over the potion and Kaiden observes the thick liquid curiously. You are an alchemist? How curious. I've never seen alchemy used in practice before. Warning, it tastes bad. Warning. Fair warning, the taste will make you want to chew your tongue off, but it helps. Promise.
How curious.
I appreciate it. I'll save this. Thank you for the potion and for talking to me. Between you and Elizabeth's watchful eyes, I'm sure I'll be back in good spirits before we make our attempt on getting the artifact back. What do we got? Anytime, no problem, happy to help. Look again! Man, this is also like leaning into my, ooh. Kind of kinky in the dark. Could be real fun. I'm just saying, man. Being with somebody that kind of glows and knowing that they react to his state of mind. Like, what are those things going to be doing when this dude just like, you know, when things happen? Gosh, I'm so classy these days. And any other Let's Plays like 3 or 4 years ago, I would have just said the awful thing. But now I'm considerate for some reason. I guess it just depends on the game. If I'm playing something like 2236 AD, I don't know, everything's just flying out. But I felt like with with this and flowers, it feels like, I don't know, maybe I should temper myself a little bit. No, well, we're gonna need the help, buddy.
I'm glad.
I'm glad to hear it. We're gonna need all the help we can get, and then some. Mercy. You leave him to rest.
So, how is freedom treating you, my friend? Better than the chains, for sure. But it's still rather stifling. Getting tired of hiding in the shadows, are we? It can't be helped. If I act carelessly and am discovered again. Discovered being the key word here. You know, I do happen to have quite a bit of experience with hiding in plain sight. I believe it's a little easier for you to blend in.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Have you seen my clothes? I think I can work around a bit of glowing skin. Victoria is not going to approve. I again will refer back to the word discovered. But of course, if you are not curious about how the town looks from outside this little shop. Okay. Let's go.
Very cool. So he's still there? Or I never know like what these things mean. Like, or is this something I'm just gonna be able to come back to later? You find Cotton standing in the window of the shop looking out at people walking past. Oh, so there's still more. People watching?
So,
Having fun observing humans in their natural habitat? Fun. I'm mostly feeling puzzled, if anything. How can everyone just walk around clueless while the ground beneath them is on the brink of shattering? We humans tend to do that. It is not my own people that are without fault at the witness either. We should have reacted sooner, much sooner, but Kaiden turns his gaze to the outside, lightly reaching up to tap his fingers against the glass.
I have spent
Not much glass there, friend.
In my home in the mountains. I've read about the sky and sun, about clouds and stars. They are even more impressive in person than I could have ever imagined. The first time I saw the sky, I almost felt like it would swallow me whole. However, you humans do not seem to care for it. No one barely gives it a glance. And you all hide away in these houses with brick and glass obscuring its beauty. Why?
Just wait till you see the rain.
actually...
Trust me, when the rain comes, you'll be happy for the glass windows. Rain, huh? Another thing I have yet to experience. I guess the novelty wears off when this is the environment you grew up in. Perhaps you would feel the same where you were to come visit my home and sleep underground. If that's true, then the only way to experience this wonder is to travel to someplace new. That an invitation? That's a lovely thought. Traveling the world, chasing its wonders, that does sound quite nice. Perhaps once we've completed our mission, I will indulge in idle fantasies such as that. Good Lord. Tell me about your home. Could you tell me about the Outlands?
You know.
Well, first of all, we don't call them the Outlands, much like we don't call ourselves Outlanders. The mountain region to the west that we call our home is called Drakeheim, home of the dragons, and we are not like you. My people are the Ijoma, and we call your people the Dags. We're a reserved people, proud, rarely straying from the mountains we call home. There's no need to. The ground beneath the mountains is rich. We sometimes trade with the Dags in the plains, but only rarely does anyone other than the Nightwalkers leave our home for the outside. Oh, the Dags?
What do you mean?
You call us Dags? What does that mean?
Actually,
Some believe it's an abbreviation of day people. The Ijoma are the light people, and the Hemin up north are the sky people. All three are people or humans, which makes it rather confusing to us when you Dags use human to refer to yourselves. Well, how can we all be human?
I wonder.
How can we all be humans, though, when we're different races? It's also only the Dags who believe that. Both the Ijima and the Hemin hold records that our three people were once the same, the humans, though that was a long, long time ago. Does that mean I can glow too? Really? Does that mean I can learn to glow as well? What? No. And just like that, a dream is crushed. The more time I spend among your people, the more I realize our two societies look at the world differently. It's unsettling that something that's such a clear fact to me isn't so for so many. So what about the Hemin?
Huh?
Who are the Hemin?
Well,
I doubt you've ever met one. If you have, they are people living in the mountains far to the north. They used to travel quite a lot, trading with the old Dag kingdoms. After your empire was formed, however, they retreated to their home and closed their borders. Boy, that is all very, convenient, isn't it? Huh. I've never met one myself, but I've heard they're free-spirited and proud people. Some even say they grew wings so they could fly among the eagles, but it's hard to tell if that's true or just an exaggeration. Hey, tell me more about your cool markings.
I have some questions.
Curious about those markings of yours. I can imagine. What do you wish to know? The colors!
So,
I'm wondering about the colors. Yours seem to be blue mainly, but sometimes they shift. Is that how it works for all of you? The change happens to all of us, at least those who can't control their emotions. The base colors vary, though. Blue is one of the more common ones. Does the base color mean something?
huh?
Does the base color mean anything?
well,
Some believe so. There's a prevalent superstition among some of my people that certain skills and personality traits can be attributed to our resting hue. Those with red hues are more aggressive. Green makes for better leaders. Yellows are lighthearted, that sort of thing. What does blue mean? And what does blue mean then? Rebellious wanderlust? More like level-headed and rational. So yeah, not that accurate. There are some who benefit from such beliefs. Elders who guide the young based on their hue, matchmakers who are paid to gauge romantic compatibilities. I suppose some people yearn to be told who they are by someone else. All right, let's get back to
I'll
work.
be off then.
I'll be here if you need me.
Alrighty.
You are rather expressive compared to the other Outlanders I've met, Caden.
You've dealt with my people?
Uh-huh.
The Hunters sometimes did business with the Nightwalkers. I've never spent much time with them myself, but even from afar, you get the impression that they're a stoic group.
To put it mildly.
What was that?
Nothing. My, what interesting topsider architecture. I'll just go take a look.
Very comfortable.
What in the world?
Very comfortable. Okay, so he's gone now. Head over to the tavern. See what our boy Michael's up to. We're gonna go a little longer. It feels like we're getting to know people, and I guess I kind of want to spend this time to dig a little more. So we're gonna go a little longer today, it looks like. In the evening, you and Mime make your way to the tavern to hunt down information from Michael. You find the mage sitting alone at a table in the corner. So whose legs are we gonna break? This is absolutely what I would say. So how are we doing this? I'm the bad knight, you're the good knight, and then we round someone up in the back? While that would certainly be an interesting bonding exercise, I suggest something far more subtle. I don't know, I think you can bond over violence. I played a lot of Phantasy Star Online. Many of the town's residents frequent this place after hours to complain and drink their sorrows away. It does seem kind of crowded in here. I've noticed those working for this Goldner fellow seem to have more quarrels to drink away than others, so let's try and listen in, see if we can learn a thing or two. Great thinking. It'll just be us. Again, he very cute, but I've got my mind made up on who I want to romance. They won't be suspicious?
Really?
You sure we're gonna be able to listen in? We're not exactly inconspicuous. Was that a quiet jab at my fashion? Don't worry, these people are plenty occupied with their drinks, trust me. The mage pulls out a deck of cards and starts shuffling with an easy smile. How about a friendly game while we wait? Sure. Careful, I'm quite good. You don't know what you're getting yourself into here, Michael. Better keep your coin close.
This will be good.
Coincidence, eh? Excellent. Or competence, eh? Excellent. Let's have a match then. Michael deals the cards and Mime sits off to the side, watching you two curiously as you play. As the light dims outside, more and more patrons make their way into the tavern, but none seem to be Goldner's men so far. You put down your first card and Mime leans in over your shoulder to get a closer look. Ooh, how pretty. Are all the cards painted like this? Indeed, I got this deck from an artist in Erodos as a reward for... well, that's another story entirely. They are quite spectacular. I especially like his careful attention to the symbolic meaning behind each card. Huh. There's meaning to it? Isn't it just a picture of a coin?
Let's see.
Once upon a time, humans believed cards like these held magical properties. They would read the meaning behind the cards and take it as a sign of divination. Such things are illegal now, of course, so the symbols that were once commonly known are now largely forgotten. Just one more thing the Empire has destroyed. Not all humans are like that, though. I bet Polly knows some of the meanings. She's really smart after all. Bitch, I didn't go to school! Don't drag me into this! Thank you. Somebody's got to appreciate my sheer genius. That's very kind of you to say, Mime.
You're the best.
I'm just being honest. You are the smartest human I know, after all. That's what does that say for humans? How many humans do you know, Mime? That's besides the point. If you say so. I am curious now, though. Polly has been quite adept at subverting my expectations so far. I wonder just how much of an old meaning. I wonder how much the old meanings have survived. Would you care to put it to the test? Well, what's in it for me?
I wonder.
Well, this is a way you could potentially get a good laugh out of me. Failing your little test, but what's in it for me?
Interesting.
That is an excellent point. Let me think. What about a prize if you win, What kind of prize? A secret from yours truly. If you pass the test, I'll share something about myself. I'm not gonna save scum. You are. I'm not gonna save scum. You are. I didn't know this game had a log. Why didn't you tell me that? I'd never even There's like a little UI that pops up every now and again, but it's not consistent. And it told me that there's a log, an auto feature, and fast forward. Those have never shown up before. Anyway. Seems like a fair deal, no? Bring it on! A bet, you say?
I'll do it.
I'm in. Let's do this. As you wish. Why don't we start with the card that you drew our dear Mime's attention. The coin. A card most often associated with wealth, but do you perhaps know its original meaning? Trust?
I wonder.
The meaning is trust. A coin is worthless if no one trusts in its value. Ha! I'm surprised you knew that one. We put our trust in the fact that Polly is saving again because who knows when the game might crash, right? We put our trust in the fact that possessing one of these worthless discs will allow us to trade it again. Humans are quite fascinating, no? Michael shuffles the cards and draws 3, putting 2 of them face up and the last one face down. The bird gods. I believe you are familiar with the first 2. The sparrow, patron of heroes' tables, and the raven, harbinger of death, tales. patron of heroes' tales. These brothers have a third sibling. Do you know who? The Nightingale, sure.
Actually,
It's the Nightingale, isn't it?
Sure thing.
The correct answer. For someone who isn't supposed to know about old religion, you are quite good at this. The Nightingale is my favorite of the bird gods, the patron of storytellers, so feared that even the Empire doesn't care to mess with birds and performers working under his banner. Michael deals another hand and hums to himself, picking out one card and placing it down face up. And Polly saves the video game because you can never be too sure when a video game's gonna crash. How curious. Who? Mime moves over to peer over Michael's shoulder, her golden eyes wide as she takes in the tall humanoid creature with a deer skull for a head. Who's that? That is... the King of Nightmares!
I wonder.
Some kind of nightmare!
Oh, really?
Oh god, the game crashed. Crap. Oh, I need to reload. Hold on. Man, I hate it when that happens. That's the Father of the Forest.
So,
One of the gods of the old religion.
Well, I'll be damned.
Well, I'll be damned. First try. Despite his frightening appearance, it is said that he is a gentle god, a steward of the creatures of the woods. What is it, Mime? Do you like this card?
is he...
It's difficult to explain, but I just feel sort of sad looking at this card. You know, you do have horns, my dear, and you do have some animal appendages for ears. But also happy? It's so strange. Well, if you like it that much, you can keep it for now.
Well, I'll be damned.
Our game is concluded after all, and I must admit defeat. You have proven to be quite proficient at this, Polly. Well, you promised a secret.
Interesting.
That's right. I suppose I did. Which one to pick, though? I've never learned how to whistle.
Come on.
What? That's not a secret. It is to me. I'm quite embarrassed about this revelation. Can't you see me blushing? Someone without shame can't blush. Ouch. I should have figured.
Can't believe it.
I should have known you'd pull something like this. I'm glad I live up to your expectations. Michael's eyes flicker to the door and his lips draw up into a smirk. This has been a pleasant distraction, but I believe our quarry has arrived. We should listen in. Michael motions subtly as the booth behind you is filled with 3 burly dudes, each with a tankard of ale. I can't believe the boss had us act as delivery men. I thought we were supposed to be, that's what we were supposed to do, guard duty, not heavy lifting. Well, you can't expect those scrawny mages to pull their weight. I'm getting a bad feeling about using magic like this, even if it is from the capital. What if the safe is haunted with some kind of witch magic? Really? I suppose it's not our problem, since the boss isn't letting anyone into the precious office of his. I wonder just what kind of stuff he's gonna hide in his safe if he's resorting to using a magical one to keep it locked away. Hey there, buddy. Let me give you some advice, your elder and all. You want to keep working for Goldner, you stop asking stupid questions like that. We guard the place, and it's no one's business what he's hiding in there. Understand? I understand. Michael empties his glass of wine with a sly smirk. Seems like our evening has concluded. Let us return home, shall we? You leave the tavern. The cold air is a stark contrast to the toasty bar, and you shiver.
Well done.
So Goldner is hiding something. It seems his office is the place for us to go. That would appear to be the case, but he recently installed some magic safe from the capital. He must recognize the value of the artifact he stole from Kaiden. This could be trouble, but at least now we know, so we can prepare. All in all, I say this little excursion of ours has been very fruitful. Playing games? Who knew playing games could be so valuable? Who would have thought it?
Here you are, Mime.
This is a sweet roll?
Aww!
But why?
I noticed you were shooting the baking stall longing glances earlier. Given you can't actually reveal yourself, I figured I
What
could
a
swap
nice
it for you.
guy.
Thank you so much. You're so kind. Wait, you did pay for this?
Of course.
Well, you can't expect me to do more than
One good deed in a day.
can you?
Michael?
All right, I kind of like Michael, I ain't gonna lie. Michael's kind of awesome. So, if we just had a big old conversation here at the tavern with Kaiden, or not with Kaiden, but with Michael, I have to imagine that the next one we're gonna do is probably gonna be a big one with Anne too. So I think I'm gonna go ahead, and since we are about to hit an hour, I'm gonna go ahead and call this one here. I didn't actually expect that one with Michael to actually be a big thing, but that feels like it gave us. I mean, we actually learned a whole lot this episode. We got a heads up on what we're doing. We're starting to get our plan together to infiltrate. Where we learned a lot about. We learned a bit about the security we're going to be up against. We're going to be putting together an invisibility potion. We got closer to Kaiden. We kind of like came to understand him and his people, so we know who he is. And Michael, Michael finally endeared himself to me in a way where she's like, "Oh, dude, I wasn't sure if I was gonna like him or if because of him being so I guess wildly mysterious and not willing to talk about anything or share what he's up to. I thought maybe that would get annoying, but all right, his personality has won me over, and that little tavern visit was fun. But and then like the whole thing with what's going on with Victoria too, like this was just jam-packed. So things are moving. So that is going to do it for now. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I hope you have a nice rest of your whatever, wherever it is you are, and we will catch you right back here next time. Bye-bye!